Awaken your spirit, chosen ones, for a revelation awaits. Often, the loudest enemy is the weakest, their power an illusion amplified by noise alone. In a world where many strive to make their voices heard through chaos, you, as a chosen one, are called to rise in silence. There's a profound strength in moving without sound, in dismantling obstacles not through forceful words, but with a quiet, undeniable presence. Remember, most victories are not won by raw power, but through divine strategy. And the most powerful strategy is becoming untouchable, unreachable, unbreakable. Imagine a force within you so commanding that your very presence causes your enemies to dissolve, not by confrontation, but through transcendence. Today, you are stepping into that force, a power so deep that no earthly challenge can stand against it. Embrace this knowledge and prepare, for once you unlock this hidden strength, you will silence every adversary without lifting a finger. If this message resonates, chosen ones, comment Amen or 77 below as a sign of your alignment with this divine truth. You're on the brink of awakening a power that will render all opposition powerless. Are you ready to claim it? God's chosen ones, get ready to silence every enemy forever and unleash the power. One, power is never loud, it's calculated. True power is never loud, it's always measured and deliberate. Power doesn't need to shout or put itself on display. When you walk in silence, guided by intention, you become truly formidable. Those who flaunt their strength, those who feel the need to dominate every conversation or win every argument, often reveal only their insecurities. Real control doesn't need to be proven, it's quietly recognized. When you're secure in your strength, there's no need to seek validation from anyone else. That quiet confidence, grounded in knowing your worth, speaks volumes on its own. Every action you take is purposeful and calculated. You avoid wasting energy on battles that serve no purpose, reserving your strength for what truly matters. This silent approach unsettles people because it makes you unpredictable. They cannot anticipate your next move. While others react impulsively or get caught up in noise and chaos, you remain calm and composed, strategizing many steps ahead. Your silence alone can drive your opponents to frustration. They want to know your next move, but your restraint keeps them guessing. Your quiet composure forces them into overthinking and second-guessing, often leading them to stumble through their actions, becoming entangled in their own assumptions. In the end, it's your patience and precision that give you an edge. You're not in this for show, you're in it for purpose. You're playing the long game, which is why you always emerge ahead. Your strength doesn't need to be loud to be felt. Its silent power is unmistakably present, and that quiet, disciplined control commands a respect that noise could never achieve. 2. Your existence alone is a threat. Your very existence, chosen one, is enough to unsettle those around you. You don't need to say or do anything extraordinary to provoke discomfort or even fear in others. Simply being who you are, strong, grounded, and true to yourself, acts as a mirror, reflecting truths they might prefer to ignore. People can sense the difference in you, even if they can't fully understand or define it. This unexplainable presence challenges them, because you don't fit the molds they've constructed, and that alone can make others uneasy. What disturbs them most is that your power and strength are internal, not reliant on outside validation or the approval of others. You possess a self-assuredness that's rooted deeply within, unshaken by anyone's opinion. Those who depend on the approval of others for their own self-worth find this hard to comprehend, even harder to bear. Your calm confidence stands in contrast to their need for external validation, and your sense of purpose often highlights the gaps in their own lives. It's this inherent, steady strength that exposes their own insecurities, forcing them to confront what they lack. Your confidence becomes a silent, undeniable force, making them painfully aware of their weaknesses, their pretenses, and the ways they are not grounded. This is why at times people seem to lash out without reason. They're not truly targeting you, but rather wrestling with the internal battles you've unintentionally made visible. You've become a reminder of what they've yet to confront or heal within themselves. This unshakable presence makes you untouchable to those who might wish to harm or manipulate you. The fact that you remain unaffected only emphasizes their own lack of control. Without ever needing to speak, your energy alone silences and unsettles those around you. They crumble under the weight of their insecurities, and all you've done is remain authentically yourself. 3. Enemies expose themselves without your effort. One of the remarkable truths about being a chosen one is that your enemies ultimately reveal themselves without any effort on your part. There's no need to confront, expose, or engage them. Simply by continuing to focus on your own growth and purpose, those who secretly oppose you will show their true intentions. The act of maintaining your focus and energy leaves them unsettled, and the pressure to undermine you becomes too much for them to conceal. In their desperation to bring you down, they begin to act out, allowing jealousy, bitterness, or resentment to bubble over for everyone to see. As you rise, their discomfort intensifies, and they may gossip, try to interfere with your progress, or even attempt to sway others against you. Yet, with each attempt, they unwittingly reveal that their attention has been fixated on you for all the wrong reasons. They aren't able to handle your success or even your presence. The irony is that as they try to damage your reputation, they expose their own character flaws instead. People around them start to notice the envy, the pettiness, and the negative energy they radiate, which inevitably backfires. Their need to see you falter only tarnishes their own reputation, creating a cycle where their harmful intentions harm no one but themselves. This is why you don't need to engage in their tactics or waste energy on calling them out. By staying focused on your journey, leveling up, and moving forward with grace, you allow them to dig their own holes. Their obsession with your downfall becomes their undoing, and all you need to do is continue moving forward, untouched and unbothered. 4. Mastering emotional detachment is the ultimate weapon. Emotional detachment stands as one of the most potent tools you can wield as a chosen one. It doesn't mean becoming unfeeling or closed off. Rather, it's about having the discernment to step away from situations or individuals who no longer contribute to your growth. By cultivating this ability to detach, you're declaring that no one holds control over your emotional landscape. This strength empowers you to avoid getting swept into unnecessary drama or manipulated through emotions. Often, people will attempt to draw you in or guilt trip you into staying in circumstances that stifle you, whether within relationships, friendships, or even professional environments. They depend on your emotional involvement to keep you tethered, counting on your investment to pull you back in. But when you can step back and objectively assess what's truly best for you, basing decisions on your own needs instead of others' expectations, you reclaim your power. You're no longer swayed by external opinions or manipulation. This level of detachment can feel unsettling to those hoping to keep you bound to their expectations. They anticipate an emotional reaction, an appeal, or some form of reassurance. And when you don't give them that, they're left bewildered and powerless. Without access to your reactions, they lose their grip on the narrative, realizing that your inner peace is no longer dependent on their approval. Emotional detachment doesn't mean shutting down your emotions altogether. It means having the clarity to recognize when a situation is draining you and the wisdom to distance yourself when necessary. Walking away is not a symbol of indifference or coldness. It's a testament to your self-respect and strength. It shows that you cherish your peace of mind enough to leave behind anything that doesn't align with your higher purpose. Once you master this art of detachment, you become impervious to anyone's attempts to manipulate or unsettle you. Enemies soon understand that their actions cannot disturb your inner tranquility, leaving you empowered and in control. 5. Your light triggers their deepest insecurities. When you're a chosen one, your very presence can stir something profound within others, often unintentionally exposing parts of them they'd rather keep hidden. Your energy brings to light their deepest insecurities, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your very being radiates authenticity, strength, and purpose. This radiance acts like a mirror they can't escape, reflecting back insecurities, unfulfilled dreams, and hidden fears they haven't dealt with. Rather than confronting these feelings, some people find it easier to deflect or project negativity onto you. They may criticize you, belittle your accomplishments, or seem agitated for reasons that don't make sense on the surface. But it's not really you they're reacting to. It's the frustration they feel with themselves. Imagine standing in the light of your truth while others, still hesitant to embrace their own, watch and feel a pang of discomfort. They might see in you qualities they wish they possessed: confidence, resilience, purpose. And this can make them feel unsettled. Your light shines on what they haven't yet embraced within themselves, leading to a sense of discomfort they may interpret as resentment or judgment toward you. It's as though your existence brings them face to face with the person they could become, but haven't allowed themselves to be. For some, your presence might even serve as an unconscious invitation to step into their potential. You may spark in them a desire to grow, to confront their fears, and to pursue their dreams. Yet, for others, this can feel like an attack on their identity, triggering defensiveness or even hostility. The truth is, your light isn't the problem. It's their own reluctance to face what your light reveals in them. You're not responsible for dimming your shine to make others feel at ease. Embrace the fact that your presence is powerful. It's a catalyst for change, a gentle, or sometimes intense, nudge for others to confront their shadows. In the end, that's why you may find that your light triggers such strong reactions. It's a testament to the force of your energy, whether others are ready for it or not. 6. Enemies are temporary. Your purpose is eternal. Your enemies are mere passing shadows, but your purpose is a guiding light that endures. When your focus is set on fulfilling your destiny, those who try to hinder you are nothing more than fleeting distractions. They may seem imposing now, but in the larger scheme, they hold no real significance. They come and go, appearing loud and determined in the moment, but your mission extends far beyond their temporary attempts to throw you off course. This is why it's essential not to let their actions derail you. Enemies thrive on the attention you afford them. The more you focus on their negativity, the more influence they hold. But as soon as you redirect your focus back to your purpose, they lose their grip. They crave your energy, hoping to pull you into their drama, but when you withhold it, they become irrelevant. By not giving in to every attack or criticism, you reinforce your own strength. You remain on your path, conscious that what lies ahead is far greater than any obstacle they can place before you. Your purpose is unassailable because it's an intrinsic part of who you are. It isn't influenced by fleeting opinions or shifting circumstances. It's rooted in something eternal, something beyond their comprehension or control. And this is why, in the end, they fade away. They cannot sustain their energy in the face of someone driven by a force so profound. While they focus on momentary disruptions, you keep your eye on the horizon. moving toward a destiny that spans far beyond their limited vision. Your purpose doesn't hinge on small, short-lived victories. You are here to fulfill something much more significant. That's why, as time goes on, your enemies fall away, unable to keep pace with someone aligned with an eternal calling. You move in a realm they cannot reach, and it is this difference that defines your journey. While they focus on temporary gains, you're building something that lasts, something they'll eventually realize they can't touch. 7. Power in silence is deadlier than words. Silence is one of the most potent, often underestimated forms of power. Many believe that to assert dominance or prove a point, they must be the loudest voice in the room, but this is where they fall short. Silence, when wielded intentionally, can speak louder and resonate deeper than any argument or confrontation ever could. It's a form of self-control that leaves others puzzled, unable to gauge your next move, and it unsettles those who thrive on reaction. When you choose not to respond to provocations, you deny your enemies the satisfaction they seek. Those who aim to disrupt you feed off attention, explanations, defenses, or retaliations. By withholding these, you reclaim your power, and, more importantly, their grip over you weakens. Silence forces those against you to confront their own insecurities, amplifying their doubt and making them question their own actions. While they struggle to understand your quiet resolve, you remain firmly in control, watching them unravel without a single response. People often mistake quiet for weakness, but it is in reality a strategy of strength. Remaining silent isn't about conceding, it's about refusing to be drawn into someone else's chaos or submitting to their rules. The less you say, the more your enemies stumble, overanalyzing every silence, trying to guess your intentions. In that quiet space, you hold all the power because you reveal nothing, keeping them constantly off balance. In a world overwhelmed by noise and clamor for attention, your refusal to engage becomes your strongest weapon. It signals to others that they can't manipulate or control you, no matter how hard they try. This kind of silence reverberates long after words would have faded. It's a quiet strength that lingers, a power that echoes without sound and remains unshaken, more impactful than any debate or display. In silence, you create a lasting impression, a reminder that true power doesn't shout. It remains steadfast, confident, and beyond reach. 8. Enemies fear what they can't control. Enemies dread what they cannot manipulate, and this simple truth forms the core of why you disarm them without ever needing direct confrontation. They thrive on a sense of control, on the belief that they can provoke and steer you into their games. Yet when they find you untouchable, unshaken by their efforts, it unsettles them profoundly. You become an enigma, an unknown they can't decode, and in that mystery lies their greatest unease. Operating from a place of inner strength and self-awareness, you naturally disrupt their strategies. They attempt to ruffle you, aiming to pull you into a reactive state where they believe they can assert their influence. But when you don't respond, when you remain calm and indifferent to their provocations, their power dissipates. This realization of their ineffectiveness leaves them feeling vulnerable and unsettled, for they suddenly realize they've lost the upper hand. You don't need a direct confrontation to diminish their influence. By existing unapologetically in your own authenticity, by standing firm in your emotional detachment, you show them that their manipulative tactics are futile. They yearn for a reaction, hoping to see some sign of frustration or anger from you. Instead, you remain grounded, leaving them grasping at straws as they spiral in frustration. Over time, their desperation to reclaim control becomes glaringly apparent, and their true colors emerge. Their jealousy, insecurity, and hidden vulnerabilities begin to seep through, exposing their fragile self-image and hidden agendas. In this way, you're not merely silencing your adversaries, you're dismantling the very facade they've constructed. Your unflinching calmness becomes a mirror that reflects their own weaknesses, forcing them to confront the truth of who they are. Without lifting a finger, you reveal their flaws and break down their pretenses, leaving them to wrestle with their unraveling egos. When you choose to hold your ground, unmoved by their antics, you lead them to their own undoing. Ultimately, your refusal to be controlled becomes your quiet triumph, as their weaknesses come to light while your strength remains resolute. 9. Unleashing power means unchaining yourself. Unleashing your power is about breaking free from every limitation and constraint that has been placed upon you, both by yourself and others. When you choose to step fully into your true self, all the chains that have restrained you, be they fears, doubts, or external expectations, begin to dissolve. These chains often take on various forms: fear instilled by others, doubts born from past setbacks, or manipulative tactics meant to keep you small and complacent. But as soon as you awaken to your intrinsic worth and potential, these barriers fall away like dust in the wind. True power isn't about force, it's about freedom, the freedom to live with authenticity, unafraid of judgment or consequence. For far too long, many are conditioned to dim their light, to fit neatly within societal molds, suppressing their true nature to gain acceptance. They allow others' voices and opinions to chart the course of their lives, creating a cycle of frustration and quiet resentment. Yet, when you unleash your power, you reclaim your path. You stop searching for external validation and instead start honoring your own values, ambitions, and inner truth. This shift is transformative. The moment you shed fears projected onto you, whether the fear of failure, rejection, or simply not being enough, you become unstoppable. You navigate life with a purpose and resolve that cannot be shaken by the judgments of others. You realize that those who try to manipulate or diminish you are, in reality, wrestling with their own insecurities. Unleashing your power not only liberates you, but it also sends out a signal, a beacon, encouraging others to break free and embrace their own potential. In this state of freedom, you become an example of what's possible. You demonstrate that living authentically is not only acceptable, but is vital to true happiness and fulfillment. Once you release those chains, you unlock a strength that has always existed within, waiting for you to acknowledge it. That inner strength will sustain you through any challenge, proving that the deepest power lies in your freedom to be unapologetically and fully yourself. 10. You're a mirror they can't avoid. Your presence alone as a chosen one is a mirror that forces those around you, especially your enemies, to see themselves as they truly are. Simply by being authentic, you reflect their hidden insecurities and weaknesses, exposing the parts of themselves they try to ignore. You don't need to call them out or engage in conflict. Your very essence challenges them to confront their own shortcomings. This unspoken confrontation is one they can't easily handle. They may attempt to project their issues onto you, making you the focus of their frustrations. But deep down, they know they are simply facing their own reflection. You embody qualities they secretly wish they had: confidence, self-awareness, and an unapologetic commitment to living truthfully. These qualities shine a light on the cracks in their own armor, reminding them of everything they are not. In witnessing your authenticity, they experience a confusing blend of admiration and resentment. They may react defensively, trying to undermine or criticize you, but this is merely a cover for their discomfort. The truth is, your light exposes their shadows, the vulnerabilities they try so hard to keep hidden. And instead of facing these shadows, they often choose to lash out, thinking they can shatter the mirror by attacking the reflection. This mirror effect you hold is undeniably powerful. It's not your responsibility to manage their reactions or emotions. You don't need to alter yourself for anyone's comfort. Your role is to continue standing in your truth and shining unapologetically. By doing so, you allow others a choice. They can be inspired to confront their own shadows, grow, and find their strength, or they can remain stuck, hostile, and envious, unwilling to change. This choice is entirely theirs. You, as a chosen one, simply reflect back what they refuse to see, embodying a kind of power they cannot ignore. 11. The more they try to break you, the more unbreakable you become. Being a chosen one brings with it an incredible paradox. The more others try to break you, the stronger and more unbreakable you become. Every attempt they make to sabotage or tear you down isn't a setback. It's fuel, feeding the fire of your resilience. Each insult, every plot, every criticism hardens your resolve, shaping you into a version of yourself that they never anticipated and certainly can't conquer. Often when others target you, they misjudge your strength, assuming that their negativity will destabilize you. But what they don't understand is that every challenge you face only activates a deeper level of your inner power. Rather than breaking you, these attempts only reinforce the core of who you are, turning adversity into a stepping stone for growth. With each attempt to undermine you, a new layer of toughness and wisdom forms within you. It's as if every blow becomes part of a transformation, pushing you toward an unshakable strength that begins to define you. As this cycle continues, your enemies begin to see the error in their ways. They wanted to expose your vulnerability, but instead, they reveal your resilience. Their efforts don't wear you down. They propel you forward, and you rise higher with each trial. What they once saw as weakness now looks like unstoppable power, and they can't grasp how someone they underestimated is not only standing firm but thriving. This realization shakes them because they realize they've inadvertently forged the very strength they were trying to defeat. Over time, this dynamic shifts. The adversity that once felt like a burden transforms into a source of empowerment, illustrating that attacks are not barriers, but catalysts for growth. You become a testament to the truth that struggles can elevate, not diminish, and you carry a story of resilience that inspires others. Every obstacle becomes another chapter in a narrative of triumph, turning you into exactly what your enemies fear, a spirit that not only survives, but thrives under pressure. In the end, they're left grappling with a truth they never anticipated, that every effort they made to break you has only made you unbreakable. 12. Your energy cannot be touched, only feared. Your energy is beyond their reach. It exists on a level that can't be touched, but only feared. For those who try to undermine you, jealousy and insecurity drive them, compelling them to scheme, gossip, and plot against you. Deep down, they realize they'll never attain the strength and resilience you possess, and that awareness stirs frustration and envy. They hope to bring you down to their level, aiming to tarnish your shine, yet fail to recognize a key truth. Every time they attempt to tear you down, they only fuel your rise. Their words and actions become a springboard, lifting you higher instead of dragging you down. These efforts to belittle you don't diminish your power. Rather, they reinforce your self-belief and your drive to excel. Each scheme or whispered word only bolsters your resilience, intensifying the strength of your spirit. They struggle to push against an immovable force and, with every attempt, watch you rise further. While they remain mired in their own shadows, your energy shines brighter, illuminating your path and empowering you to move forward with purpose. They cannot hold on to what was never theirs to grasp. Your energy, cultivated through your journey, experiences, and authenticity, belongs to you alone, untouched by outside opinions and manipulation. As you ascend, your progress becomes a testament to the strength that grows in defiance of adversity. You demonstrate that true power lies in inner resilience, a force that cannot be shattered by external forces. Each attempt to create chaos or pull you into conflict only amplifies your light, making it clear that you're operating at a frequency they can't comprehend. Watching you thrive, your enemies face an unsettling reality. They can't stop you, and this awareness intensifies their frustration and fear. In a world where some find strength in manipulation, your calm resilience stands as a reminder that genuine power is rooted in authenticity and self-assurance. Every attack you endure doesn't weaken you, it solidifies your spirit, carrying you higher than ever before. You've discovered that true strength requires no confrontation, only the steady confidence of living aligned with your truth. Your energy, untouchable and unstoppable, exists beyond their grasp, leaving them to wrestle with their insecurities in the presence of your unbreakable spirit. As you continue on this journey, remember that your path is unlike any other, and your power is uniquely yours. Embrace the journey of the chosen, where every challenge fuels your growth, and each obstacle only strengthens your resolve. You are the mirror, reflecting the truths that others avoid, and it's this reflection that makes you truly unstoppable. The chains of limitation have fallen away, leaving you free to soar to your highest potential. Let each challenge serve as a stepping stone, each doubter fuel your rise. And know that you are an unbreakable force in a world that often seeks to dim the light of brilliance. You are destined for greatness, not because you chase it, but because you embody it. Trust the journey and know that with every step, you are not only silencing those who stand against you, but are unleashing a power that echoes far beyond what they could ever comprehend. Keep shining, for the world needs your light, and this journey is only just beginning. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Leave a comment of Amen or 77 as a sign of your commitment to this path. Together, let's build a community of chosen ones, united in strength and resilience. Thank you for being a part of this journey. May God bless you abundantly as you continue to rise and fulfill your divine purpose. The best is yet to come. Stay tuned.